Welcome back, Focus Learners. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here for another explainer. Today, we're tackling something huge. We are taking a massive, sprawling 100-question trivia gauntlet, sourced right from a classic general knowledge test, and completely transforming it. Instead of just firing a random list of questions at you, we've actually categorized, filtered, and organized the raw data. Why? So you can absorb a huge amount of knowledge in just a few minutes. So buckle up, because we're going to learn fast and efficiently today.
Now, the original test we're exploring today sets up a pretty wild challenge right out of the gate. It literally claims that if you were taking this test, simply knowing 30 of these facts makes you an absolute genius. 30! That's the baseline. So as we move through all this information today, I want you to actively engage with the material. Treat this as your own personal mental gauntlet. Keep a tally in your head. Keep track of how many of these facts you already knew and how many are completely brand new to you. Let's see if you can hit that genius threshold by the end of our journey today.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Round 1. Extremes of our planet.
To really ground the scale of the world we live in, we first need to look at how we've divided it up at the absolute macro level. Across our 7 continents, with Asia being the largest of them all, by the way, we currently have a total of 195 countries. That number represents this huge, vast mosaic of human borders spread across the globe. It's a big number, but isolating it like this gives us a solid baseline for the sheer variety of nations out there before we start zooming into the details.
Now, what's really fascinating here is the sheer scale of the juxtaposition. When we look at those 195 nations, the extremes in physical size are just staggering. In one corner, we've got the absolute largest nation on Earth, Russia. It spans multiple time zones and completely dominates the map. And then, right across from it, we have the tiniest sovereign state in existence, Vatican City. It's literally an entire independent country nestled right inside a single city, Rome. The contrast between this massive global giant and this tiny microstate is just phenomenal.
Let's keep this rhythm going and look at the physical planet itself. We've got Mount Everest standing as the tallest mountain, basically scraping the sky. The vast Pacific Ocean claiming the title of the largest ocean. The mighty Nile River winding its way as the longest river. Then we hit the largest desert. And actually, pause for a second here. It's the Antarctic desert. Most people immediately think of hot sand, right? But a desert is actually defined by its lack of precipitation, which makes the frozen expanses of Antarctica the ultimate desert. And swinging all the way back to the heat, the hottest place on Earth is Death Valley. It's a true masterclass in planetary extremes.
Leaving the raw geology behind, let's move on to round 2, cultures, landmarks, and nations.
And this brilliantly illustrates how easily these intersecting geography facts group together when you lay them out. Your brain immediately categorizes Brazil with its capital, Brasilia, and its official language, Portuguese. You can effortlessly cross-reference China to Beijing to Mandarin. You see India paired with New Delhi and Hindi. And finally, Australia with its capital Canberra speaking English. What could be overwhelming trivia turns into an incredibly satisfying, easy-to-digest set of connections.
Human history is just full of origin surprises. We all know the Statue of Liberty is incredibly iconic to the US, but it was famously gifted by France. The breathtaking Taj Mahal is, of course, firmly located in India. But look at ice cream. You might naturally associate it with Italy or America, but the source material confirms this beloved treat actually originated in China. No way, right? And right below that, the globally devoured hamburger traces its roots directly back to Germany. Let's break the rapid pace for just a second, because this next fact really needs to stand alone. France has the most time zones in the world. Now, wait a minute, didn't we just say Russia was the largest country? Well, yes, but because France has numerous overseas territories scattered all across the globe, we're talking from the Caribbean to the Indian Ocean to the Pacific, it officially lays claim to the most time zones of any single nation. It's this highly specific, totally weird geographical anomaly that honestly you're probably never going to forget now. All right, leaving human society behind, welcome to round 3, Wonders of the Animal Kingdom.
Just like we did with the countries earlier, we are creating another pendulum swing here. On one side, we have the absolute pinnacle of maximum speed and evolutionary acceleration, the cheetah, the fastest land animal on Earth, and swinging completely to the opposite end of the spectrum, representing absolute unhurried slowness, the sloth, the slowest animal on the planet. It's a perfect anchor for understanding the wild extremes of animal biology.
Now let's build some momentum and read through these incredible biological adaptations. First, we've got the largest animal to ever exist, the massive blue whale. Second, the incredible aerodynamic anomaly, the hummingbird, which can literally fly backward. Third, the firefly, which has evolved the mind-blowing ability to make its own light. And consider the ultimate survivor, the kangaroo rat. This is an animal that can survive the longest without a single drop of water. Finally, packing the absolute strongest bite force on the planet, we have the fearsome crocodile.
Okay, I'm dropping the pacing completely right here. I just want you to absorb this for a second. A leech has 32 brains. Nope, it's not a typo. The source data completely confirms it. A leech has 32 brains. This is exactly the kind of single, bizarre fact that creates maximum shock value and ensures incredible retention. I guarantee you are going to be thinking about the 32 brains of a leech all day.
Shrinking the scale down even further now, let's explore your own anatomy in round 4, inside the human body. Take a breath and consider this number, 206. That is the total bone count in the adult human body. It is the literal structural framework that holds up everything we're about to explore. It's just a great, foundational number that grounds our understanding of human biology before we dive into the really complex organs. So the crucial point here is understanding how our internal engine operates systematically. You have the heart tirelessly controlling your blood flow, the lungs acting as the main organs for breathing, but then there is the liver. This organ possesses an absolute superpower. It can actually regrow itself. I mean, that is an astonishing biological mechanism. Below that, we connect right back to our 206 bones, noting that the femur is the longest one of them all. And coursing through this entire system are the red blood cells, which are tasked with carrying vital oxygen everywhere it needs to go. Let's connect these biological numbers directly back to your daily life. An adult human has 32 teeth to maintain. The whole human population is divided largely into 4 main blood groups. But the absolute most practical application for you to take away right now, to keep this incredibly complex machine running, to keep that heart pumping, those lungs breathing, and that liver healthy, an adult requires roughly 2 liters of water daily. So consider this your friendly reminder to stay hydrated.
Moving into the realm of pure abstract logic, let's move to and see how this builds into round 5, math, shapes, and time.
Let's zip right through these time and space conversions. Just look at the efficiency here. 1 meter is instantly equated to 100 centimeters, or 3.28 feet. Time is scaled up, 1 century equals 100 years, and scaled down, 2 hours equals 120 minutes. And finally, just comprehending massive scale, 1 billion is represented by a staggering 9 zeros. Seeing it laid out like this, your brain just instantly maps the relationships.
All right, time for a high-pressure, rapid-fire math quiz. As these populate, try to follow along. 12 plus 12 plus 12 is 36. 120 minus 50 gives you 70. 144 divided by 12 drops us back to 12. 7 times 11 is 77. And calculating half of an odd number, half of 67 is exactly 33.5. How fast was your mental math keeping up there? This is abstract logic moving at absolute top speed.
Which naturally brings us to the core metric underlying this entire gauntlet. The test asks what IQ actually stands for, and the answer is intelligence quotient, the standard measure of human intelligence. By defining this right here at the end, we bring the overarching genius test theme of our source material perfectly full circle. We've tested geography, biology, math, and logic, basically all the major pillars that make up general human knowledge.
So, we end with the ultimate question posed by the original source. Out of 100, how many did you get right? Did you hit that magical genius threshold of 30? I highly encourage you to review what you've learned today. Think about the facts we've covered, from the tiny Vatican City to the 32 brains of the leech, all the way to the 9 zeros in a billion. What was the single most surprising piece of knowledge that this explainer unlocked for you today? Keep challenging yourself, keep learning, and I absolutely cannot wait to guide you through our next topic.